Okay, welcome to Farnsworth House video number 16. Today we're going to finish those columns. Okay, so let's jump over to perspective, and you'll notice we've got the pilotes out on the side here. And now let's go ahead. I'm going to type in show again. I want to look at my reference geometry, and maybe I'll have to go to my layers, and I'm going to go to my reference geometry. Not my reference geometry, my images. There we go. Okay, looks pretty good. And it appears that we've got two more columns that are maybe probably three if I were a betting man. So there's one here and there's one there. All right, so just a couple of extra just right there flanking the stairs. So let's go to our top view and let's look at our plan. And it would appear that there's 1, 2, 3 columns, right? Now, what do you suppose the chances are that I can select this one, and this one? And I'm just going to copy them. I'm going to go COPY, and I'm going to copy them from, I'll copy them from the midpoint, and I'm going to move them over here and slap them right there. And look at that. They are, whoops, I only grabbed 2 of those columns. Let's go Control Z and let's do this again. Right? So let's go to our perspective. And let's make sure we can select these. So 1, hold down Shift, 2, hold down Shift, and 3. And now I'm going to select this point too. Point. And I'm going to type in copy, COPY, enter. And I'm going to copy it from this point, and I'm going to go into my top view, and I'm going to move it right to about here. Okay, click, and I'm going to hit enter. Okay, so now, if we go into our perspective, let's see what happened. Yep, we got a couple columns that are a little bit high. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all 3 of these guys, and I'm going to group them. And I'm going to move them up just a hair. I'm going to disable my snaps. Move them up just a hair because that's the way it looks. And I realize that they are now like in the ground, but let's go ahead and start turning some things on. Let's get rid of our reference geometry. Let's keep our reference geometry off. Let's turn our plan off. All right. Let's type in show. Okay. And turn our glass on. And this is looking pretty darn close. Now it looks like somewhere in the confusion we lost our infinite ground plane. All right. So if I go up here to my render tools and I go to my infinite ground plane, and I bring this guy over here, it says it's on. That's interesting. There it is. So maybe if I go to, and you don't know about this one yet, if I select from here to my rendered view, there you go. All right, for some reason my infinite ground plane is way down there. And I think the reason for that is because I've got these columns. As these columns move to the bottom, this is a Rhino 6 thing. It changed it to where the infinite ground plane was. So let's go ahead and click back here. Let's go back to ghosted view. And yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But here's what I'm going to do. These are too tall anyway. So I'm going to take these pilotes and I'm going to type in scale 1. And I'm going to click here. And then I'm going to click, whoops. Looks like I grabbed the wrong spot there. All right, so I'm gonna, I gotta get this, it's saving. There we go. I'm gonna select those, 1, 2, 3. And I'm also gonna do an invert hide. So I'm gonna go back to standard, quick invert hide. And now I'm gonna do a scale 1. So I'm gonna go to my right view. And I'm gonna, actually we can just do it like this. We can just go, and then I'm just going to move it up a little bit. And there we go. If we go back to our perspective, those do appear to be going into the ground plane. If I type in show, we have a pretty nice and quick Farnsworth house. All right. Now, let's go ahead and give it a quick render and see if we fix that ground plane issue. There we go. All right. So we are now in the rendering, and yep, as you can see, looks pretty good. Okay, I'm going to stop the lesson right here, and I think after this we'll start diving into rendering. Thanks very much.